Hello, welcome to a van life thing, my little small space on the internet about vans, van life, van building, festivals in general, van related shenanigans. And you join me yet again as I'm trying to convert this ex-British Gas Cadent van into something that might be resembling a camper. If you've watched the last video, we're playing a game now of will it start or do I need a jumper? Yes! Good old Mercedes. If you've been following along, you'll see that in my last video, I took the van to a garage to see if I can get it inspected underneath to try and remove the compressor or any of the electronical gubbins. It was Friday and he didn't have much time on his hands, but he did say, hop back Saturday morning. So that's where we're off to now, to put her up on a ramp, and in my head I'm sort of thinking, if it can, that's one less bit of weight, that's one less lever in the front of the van and all that fun stuff. And I can make it a little bit less workhorse-like and more my van. Yes, and you please be mechanically sound, and please have an engine that's okay. Can't be too much to ask, can it?
Yeah, you might be right. I'm just looking at this because there's a gauge on the back there. Like.
No, I didn't see that.
You need to see what year this rear-wheel drive was running from. I don't know if they changed from the rear diff right the way to the box or whether they've just changed the parts. I don't know.
Truth be told, I don't know whether I'm disappointed or not. If there's only one thing to do in a situation like this, grab myself a bit of the old Greg's action. Right, that'll do me for a few hours. I've driven home, what I've decided to do is take the big choice of not doing anything for a few hours. Coming back from the garage, I'm a little deflated. And I know that sounds a bit weird, and I don't know what I was expecting by going to the garage, but I was sort of hoping that it would just be, oh, all right, all we got to do is drop off a few bolts, reroute something, unplug something, plug it back in, and we would be golden. No. Looking under the van, it's like episode 4 of Star Wars. You know when you've got that little escape ship going off, and then you see the big Star Destroyer, and it's just coming over and over and over, and it looks like it's never going to end. That's what it's like, looking at the stuff and the amount of bits and bobs to do underneath the bottom of my van. Now, fair plays to the people who've done the conversion. They've done a blinking good job. But I don't want a generator in my van. I don't want the compressor, because I can imagine it's a bit of a hefty unit that I'm just carrying around and not using. Now, thankfully, the guy at the garage has access to parts databases. So we whipped in the make and model of my van. Brilliant. Going from the front of the van to the back is a drive shaft or a prop shaft. Right in the middle of that is where the compressor is. So it comes from the front of the engine into that compressor, goes all the way back. Now you would think, aha, just replace the drive shaft. No, because we had a look on the system and then we did some measuring, and the one that Mercedes recommends for about 900 quid was a completely different length to what we measured up. Not only that, if we get a prop shaft, we're not even sure if there's a fittings left over from when they did the modifications to be able to put it back into place. So, kind of at a stalemate. And it's a blinking big job. So, project rip all the gubbins out from the bottom of my van is on hold. And that's why I'm a bit deflated, because I've spent 6 weeks now just working on this van at the weekends. It's July at the time of recording. August, I know, is going to be absolutely mannequin work. So I'm going to potentially lose a month of not being able to do my van. And I can't do much with, if I can't get rid of that generator, I can't get rid of the inverter, can I still do the floor? I'm a little bit overwhelmed, so I'm going to take a break, have a cup of tea, and then, you know what, I'm still going to try and get rid of the bulkhead. Yes, by the way, this was recorded in the future, because you can see that it's actually gone. But that's not the point. Check out the video, and you'll see why I've had to come back and edit this, I think. Anyway, back to me taking out the bulkhead. Man versus electricity. Man is making progress. There was some really weird small security screws on here. So I've drilled that off and exposed the gubbins. Now, I reckon that these two here are live and all of the rest of them are going to ancillary power devices like that brick down there. At least I think I can reuse this as another fuse box or fuse board for in there, even though I don't quite know what it does. One, that one, that one. 1, 2. Now, with those undone, theoretically, ooh, don't let them touch just in case. There we go. That's you. And hey! Well, that's something. I'm getting there. Something is still wanting to go into the back there. But I reckon a little bit of uncutting that, I'll be able to pull her through. We shall see. Right. Let's see if I can pull
Granville, fetch your cloth.
Pull that through. Is it you? Ah. Well, I thought it was going to get stuck there. Right. Are you going to yoink out? There we go. You come through. Keep an eye on that for me. Let me know if that comes through. No. No. Yes! Oh, sweet, blessed relief. One down. One down. Would you like to see what it is? It was this. This had a proprietary connector going into the laptop stand thing over there. But yes, we've got a cable out. I'm blinking happy about that. Now, just have to perform the same miracle another 2-3 times, I think. Eeny, meeny, miny. Is that you? Yes! That's another one. That's quite a big one because that up there, all of that up there is going to be a nightmare. But I've got that one. So there's one more. Oh! Oh! Well, that's a nice pleasant surprise if I've got to tell myself. So now I've got to figure out what the last few couple are in there. Come on. Oh. Ooh.
It makes me feel like that. It makes me feel like that.
Get in! Although, to be fair, I don't want to celebrate too soon because I'm just hoping that everything still works. But I think all of that stuff was just ancillary stuff for this thing here. And like I say, the laptop stand that I've taken out a couple of weeks ago. But that's a big milestone. So it looks like there's only 2 more to go. And I could probably take the bulkhead out. So we've got big red wire there going into there. And then it looks like this small cable here. This one here, that's going into there. Let me have a ponder. So I'm going to take this one off here and expose its innards to me. What I'm hoping for is I remove this cover. That is not what I was hoping for at all, because how on earth do you take that apart? Oh, this is going to be live, isn't it? Oh, damn him, blast it, I'm so close. It's got to be something fairly simple, surely. Think about this logically. Sensible thing to do will be to disconnect the battery, if I can remember where it is. And here I think it is. Yes, look. More electricity to deal with. Now, working theory is, if I just disconnect... Am I seeing this right? Is that like 2 dipoles there? What sort of battery has that? Jeepers, they ain't mucking around when they're putting this stuff in, are they? Can I get... Oh, I don't want to touch any of this. I mean, fair play to you, Mercedes. You ain't mucking around, are you? But what do I take out that just lets me do that one cable? I guess I'll have to disconnect all of that. If I disconnect one of them and leave the ground on, that's the safest way to go. Oh well, only one way to find out. It is 28th of July. And it's blinking cold. I'd say it's only about 12 degrees. All right, oh no, okay. Whoop, whoop. Yes. Okay, but now it's kind of not helped because everything's attached to each other. Right, take that. Hang on. Do I just need to take this bit out here? Because then that takes off everything that looks like it's going to the back. Yes, it does. Oh, come on. Oh, I don't want to touch it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was a moment that I almost had a small accident. Ah! There was genuinely a noise then and the power went out. Oh, fuck. I might be being too overcautious. But now I'm thinking, just need to get that off, don't I? More pondering time. The more I'm doing this, the more I'm really less confident doing this. So I think the safest thing for me to do, take that off, then take that off, and then be very, very careful that nothing touches anything. I hate this bit, I really do. Okie pokey, let's have a go then. So you come off, engine goes dead. But then where do I put you so you won't fall onto the battery? Under there, because there's no metal there. You come off. Why won't you come off? Please come off, please. Oh, I don't want to touch it. I've got an idea. Well, make sure I'm not touching the ground. So you're now off. Wait, fucking... Oh, I hate all of this. All of this I hate. I am not doing this ever again. So that is now completely disconnected. I need to find a way of that not falling back onto there. I'll find something to prop that up with. I know there's probably going to be people out there going, oh, don't be such a wuss. Oh, it's easy. Yeah, it's easy when you know how. I've got no idea of any of this stuff. As you can probably tell, I'm making it all up as I go along. But this is what it's really like when you're building a van. You've got absolutely no idea of what you're doing. So with all that disconnected, that's all safe now. I need to go into the back and have a look at what young fella my lad is all about. You know what, I've got so far into this bit now, I've got so focused, I can't even remember what I'm doing. Oh yeah, I need to take that bit off, to take the bulkhead off, then put that back on. I've traced it through, and we've got, go on, that nut there. So I reckon whipping that off, I can pull the cable through, take the bulkhead out maybe, and then put it back together? I don't know. Seems to be going a bit too smoothly. I'm hoping you can see this because the sun's actually starting to go down. Why are you not going to go through? Right, I'll be back in a moment when I force that through because you probably can't see bobbins at the moment. Again, another theory is that comes off. Find I've got the right one, which I'm not entirely sure I have. And our survey says, no, I haven't. Damn blast. I thought I was making good progress. This is the cable that's coming out from the back, coming all the way up into here. And then it's just a mass of wired everything. I thought that was going to be one cable, but no. It's just every single colour of the rainbow is represented here. I wouldn't even know where to start disassembling any of that. I mean, that's a pull-off clip there, I believe. Oh, bugger. Bugger. Blast. Look, it's so close. It's just one last cable. And it happens to be the motherload of all cables. Like, what the heck am I... How?